On the third day of LISTENMAS, Steve Pretty gave to me a pattern-forming memory. Happy LISTENMAS everyone, it's day 3 of my How to Listen Like a Musician series, and today we're going to be building on the foundations that we've looked at in the last couple of days, where we've looked at pulse and rhythm. Now today what I'm going to talk about is something that's really elemental to our understanding of music as a species, and that is because we are a pattern recognition based species. We love finding patterns in everyday life. It's the reason that you can see faces in all sorts of unexpected places, is because our brain's constantly trying to see patterns in the world around us, and that is as true for music as it is for our visual senses. So I'm back out walking today because walking is a great way of practicing your pulse and rhythm and deepening your understanding of music. So every footstep I'm taking, that's going to be my pulse. Boom, 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 boom. Over the top of that, I'm going to build a rhythm. What I would like you to do, if you can tap along, you can clap along, or if you're somewhere you don't want to make noise, just tap your fingers like this so that you can physicalise it. It's very important to physicalise it when you're thinking about rhythm and pulse. That's what musicians do all the time. Here we go. Here's a little pattern for us. Keep that going. What happened there, almost certainly, was when I started dropping beats out or slightly tweaking that pattern, your brain carried on with the pattern it was doing. You were still tapping or clapping that. And as I changed it, something goes on in your brain where there's a kind of little dopamine hit, tiny little dopamine hit as I deviate from that pattern. But that dopamine hit wouldn't exist were it not for the expectation we could set up. Here's a pattern, and then we deviate from it, right? So much of what we do as musicians is exactly this, playing around with expectation, setting up a pattern and then either sticking to it, in other words, fulfilling the expectations of the listener, or subverting it and changing it. And because we are a pattern forming species, because our brains are wired to work that way, that slight tweak gives us that tiny little buzz. And as we start to put the bigger framework of music together, how to listen to music, how to conceptualize music over the next few days, that idea of pattern recognition, which in its purest form exists in rhythm, I would say, is really, really vital. So that is day 3 of LISTENMAS. I'm going to be here for the next 9 days, finishing off my little series of how to listen like a musician. So subscribe for more. Go to originofthepieces.com if you like this sort of stuff, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.